What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're gonna hit up Sleep is Canceled. Oh, and obviously, I found out a long time ago Sleep is Canceled is Goose Pimples and vice versa. But with this video, we're gonna check out top 20 scariest TikTok videos of 2025. This video is an hour long. So I'm going to pretty much do 10 videos per video. That way, part one, part two, so on and so forth. With that being said, this is gonna go into the scary TikTok playlist that I have going. I think I just have the one video there, but hey, better late than never to build that playlist. So let's go.
This clip was recorded by a man who had recently moved into a brand new apartment building. But it seems as though the history from the plot of land had been infused into the new build, because from the day he moved in, he began experiencing something unexplainable. Take a look.
This has been happening ever since we've moved in. This has been happening. It's a brand new building. I don't get it. Happens that often. The handle is even loose. Really fed up with this. It's all the time at the moment.
The handle has even come loose because of how much it was happening. He says it happens almost every single night. The strange thing about this video is the fact that the building is brand new. So there's no place for things like ancient legends or old faulty designs to cause any of these problems.
False. You could build a brand new, right out of the box building, but it's the plot of land that is questionable. So we would have to do some research to find out what was there prior and what has happened.
Something could haunt the area, though. Do you think that could be the case? Could it be a spirit showing its disdain for being awoken after all these years? I guess we'll never know.
This has been happening ever since we've moved in.
All right, perfect. Right now, what I would recommend, right, for people who are doing, trying to capture paranormal activity with a doorknob, you go in just like this, keeping the door in frame, because right now what he should have done while the door is in frame, turn his back and walk backwards, because we already see that there's nothing there. We need to figure out if there's anybody messing with the doorknob that's possibly even behind the door. But as you can see,
Ever since we've moved in.
yes, he did do it fast, but if all of this is orchestrated, they could do all of this very quick. You need to keep the door in frame and show us every step of the way while you are showing us that there isn't anything fishy going on there.
While working the overnight shift in his store around the hours of 1 to 4 a.m., the manager always sensed something eerie lingering in the shop. But he tried not to pay it any mind and get along with the rest of his shift. It's never that simple though, is it? Because as he tried desperately to ignore the horrors that closed in on either side of him, he soon realized it was too late to even think about leaving. At first, the activity was light and easily explainable.
Putting things away from the box. All right, now watch. I want you guys to focus on this area right here. Okay?
And do not pull that
Look.
document out.
Boom, you see that?
The box could well have been anything from unbalanced weight to any kind of chain reaction of movement. But when you watch closer, those logical explanations soon melt away. Because things took an even more sinister turn when he walked through the store, trying to find the culprit.
I mean, I've seen this video already.
Oh! Look, there I am right there. Look, you see that? You see that? Nah. Nah. Hell no.
His big mistake here was attempting to communicate with and taunt the supposed spirit.
Yeah, he did.
Among paranormal circles, it's pretty common knowledge that all things ghostly feed off of human interaction. It could be the reason the entity was able to get so physical. There couldn't be anything tied to that lock of his hair for it to be pulled by someone else, otherwise we would see the weird ponytail it would make. And it's pretty clear that there's nobody in the store with him. Although most retailers don't operate with only one worker conducting an overnight shift, there's usually at least one or two other people on the shop floor or in the back. Could there be a hidden co-worker somewhere helping him pull off a farce? They'd have to be pretty skilled in practical effects to pull it off, though. What do you think happened here?
I mean, honestly, there are people that would just hire the one person, due to the economy. They're not gonna hire a bunch of people to do nothing, right? So yeah, it's very plausible to have just the one worker. Now, I've seen this video before, as I said, and yeah, this video was pretty much kind of rushed through now with Sleep is Canceled, but I've seen the whole thing, and the story behind it matches with what I've heard and seen. And this is one of those videos that I actually do like, and I don't think there's any tampering with it, just because he did start doing something that I do not recommend anybody, especially paranormal investigators, to do, and that is taunt the spirit. So, with that being said, let's continue on.
It's hard enough to keep your house clean, but when you have a messy spirit staying with you, it's almost impossible. You can tell right away that this TikToker's friend is very fussy about his living space and likes to keep order in the house, especially when he has friends around like tonight. But the ghost who shares the apartment with them isn't keen on guests. You see, it's not the first time strange things have happened in this house, and as much as they like to keep it tidy, the ghost has other ideas.
I've seen this also.
Ah, if only we had a static camera lying around. Oh wait, we do? Of course we do. We always do. Let's see what caused the chaos then. Surely the ghost is not to blame, right? caught in the act. But this ghost has a criminal record. Check out what was caught a few weeks earlier.
A criminal record. Sometimes you guys, when you see me going like this and everything, it's because I feel like if you are looking straight at something, you could miss certain things. But if you move around, you're almost kind of opening up the whole aspect of view, and everything seems more clear to me. I do this even on investigations. I don't care what people think. I might look crazy, but it works very well. I'm just moving around to see if I could catch, anything. I'm sorry, but there did seem to be like if there was something connected to this plate. You guys could review the video and check it out for yourselves. It did seem like there was something connected or something just kind of due to the quality of the camera. I mean, I gotta say it's good quality, but it still leaves. It's not like HD. It's not like 4K. We're not expecting this anyway, right? But it did seem as though like there was something connected to it.
Wow. Okay, now things are getting weird. How the hell do you fake that? It's not like you can perforate a porcelain plate without smashing it to bits, right? If this was done by string, there's none to be seen. So what is going on here? Maybe this TikToker should hire a ghost behavioral therapist to explain why so much aggression is not good for his spirit. Did you see what I did there?
One of the reasons why I like Sleep is Cancelled and Goose Pimples is because of their commentary. They're freaking hilarious. But yeah, for a content creator like a TikToker, this is very easily done. Not even the first time that I think this was real. I mean, the story did fit the same as the last time I saw it, and then the first time I reacted to it. They did seem want to keep everything clean, but yet they have plates of food all over the place. They have, it just didn't seem like a person that likes to keep their place knit and clean would do such a thing. But regardless of what, I didn't believe it the first time, and I'm not believing it now.
At 7:15 in the evening, this confused dog owner had to do a triple take when he saw his dog acting suspicious. Playing and interacting with seemingly nothing, but absolutely fine in every other regard. That was when the owner thought to check the home security cameras. And they caught something that made his hair stand on end. You can see just in front of the dog a faint shadow person. It looks quite tall and somewhat imposing, but the dog seemed to be loving every minute. While security cameras are known to not offer the best quality footage, there isn't much that the camera could have mistaken or glitched out on. And the dog confirms that someone or something is there in the middle of the room. What do you think happened here?
I mean, I gotta say, the dog made this video because that could have been very easily edited, unless this was actually edited. there is a filter that could turn any video into like that gray surveillance look. Maybe, who knows? Maybe somebody was playing with the dog and the dog is concentrating on it. Where the shadow came from, the dog wasn't paying attention to that. The shadow came from the corner of the room, and the dog is paying attention to everything elsewhere. But the dog didn't make this video. And if this is legit, we all know that dogs, cats, pets, they all have a sensitivity to the paranormal. They sense energy that we just can't. And due to that, I would lean towards believing it. But man, I wish there was a better view than the portrait. I wish there was a better view with a landscape.
This next clip comes from a work site in Indonesia, where a maintenance crew was dealing with a truck shift after a mudslide. One of the workers started filming, probably expected to catch some chaos on camera. And in a way, he did, but not the kind he was expecting. Take a look.
Un video corto grabado en Indonesia nos muestra cómo a plena luz del día, mientras se hacen trabajos de mantenimiento, un ente apareció en la toma. Una extraña mujer es grabada en medio de los trabajadores y ellos parecen no notarlo. ¿Será esto un fantasma real?
A woman appears to be standing completely still right before the truck moves over her. You don't get much detail, so yeah, it could have been someone passing by, just watching the scene. But when you zoom in on her face, there isn't one, just a blurred void where her features should be.
I mean, geez, you could do that with anybody there and you won't see a face anyway. The closer you get, the pixelation just becomes, you know, you're not gonna notice a face. Weird that a woman is just standing there looking at this. Yeah, but there's a lot of people around. You know, what? I mean, it looks pretty good though. It looks like it actually flows with the frame, with everything we're watching. And I've actually seen or heard the voice of that content creator doing all of these phantasmas, basically paranormal call and tape videos. And he's pretty on point. I think I'm gonna pay more attention to his content and do some more TikTok stuff. Let's see.
Camila Torres works at a residential home, and after working there for a while, she realized something wasn't quite.
We've seen this numerous of times. I think there's like 3 videos that I reacted to with this same exact, or this could be the third actually. For sure, I saw it more than 3 times, but reacting to it, this is gonna be the third time I'm reacting to it. So I'm just gonna let it play through and through. It is very interesting. I actually like this video, and I would love to get to know what is the name of the location. It is an operational nursing home. So, getting clearance is going to be bad, but I would love to investigate this room.
Quite right. There was a certain room that both staff and residents called the death room. According to Camilla, many residents felt weird when inside or near the room. Some had passed over for no apparent reason in there, and everyone gets chills just from walking past it. So in 2019, a resident asked her to record a blessing of the room, which is when she caught this terrifying moment.
Have a Heavenly Father, I ask for your divine presence to fill this space. May your light shine brightly through every room, cleansing this home of any negativity, fear, or unrest. Let peace dwell in every corner and love be the foundation of every wall. Bless this home with your protection, surrounding it with your angels, and shielding it from harm and evil. May every door be a passage to your grace, and every window open to your blessings. In Jesus' name.
Did you see that? Right at the end, the rosary in the resident's hand swings around as if aggressively pulled by someone in front of her. People weren't the only ones who felt weird about the death room, though. A while before the blessing video, a therapy dog was brought in to see the residents. But while greeting them all, the dog was drawn to the room, and this happened.
You ready to go take a shower? Yeah, here. It's not worth it?
I want you to know.
Where's your other sucker? You only have one? Use it. Sheila.
Really?
According to her owners, the dog had never had an issue leaving the group she was working with, so why did she run to the room and whimper in the doorway? She's a therapy dog, so it's even weirder. They're specifically trained to stay within the group. After posting a few videos of the supposedly haunted room, Camilla started having issues with her recordings glitching. She noticed this when she went to introduce another clip she and her colleagues caught while watching some paramedics over the security cameras near the death room.
So basically,
I didn't see this.
If even paramedics are getting freaked out by the room, God knows what is in there. The room's aura only seems to get stronger and stronger though. Her most recent update includes her watching over the security cameras again and noticing that it all seems a bit more physical.
why is it beeping? I don't know, no one's in there. It's crazy. Get the light, get the light. Yes. Did you just get that on camera? No. Stop. No, I'm not playing with you anymore. I don't like this. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
After this happened, the core light kept going off, but Camilla swears no one was inside the room, so she had her supervisors go to check with her.
The supervisor's an OG. Check this out.
This is insane. Right there.
Okay, you're gonna stop this right now.
Core lights only go on when residents physically push buttons or step on something to trigger an alarm. If the room was empty, Who the hell was it? Could the souls of residents passed over be trapped inside that room still? Yeah, you'd never catch me sleeping in there, that's for sure.
Now, what I meant about that she's an OG was because, that woman had cojones. She went in there and demanded for the entity to stop. Now, that is a perfect example, PSA for paranormal victims, or, I call people that are experienced, that are not paranormal investigators, just regular people living their lives, experiencing paranormal activity to the point that they are at, some sort of distress or unease living in their own home. To me, they are victims, paranormal victims. That is how you need to speak with the entity, with authority, telling them that this is your space, this is your home. They are not welcome here. They need to move on. They are causing too much issues within our home. You need to leave, but you have to say it with authority, and you have to have strong faith in what you are saying. So, with that being said, let's continue on.
On March 23rd, 2025, just another chill evening with a mother scrolling through social media and her little girl nearby playing with her toy on the bed. Everything felt perfectly normal until their security camera captured something so disturbing that it made them question whether their home was as safe as they thought. Take a look. As the little girl sits playing with her toy, she suddenly gets yanked backwards off the bed, hard. And the strangest part is that there was no one behind her. The bed was almost right up against the wall, and there was absolutely no way for someone to pull her. So how does a child sitting with her legs apart for balance suddenly fall backwards like she's been pulled by the hair? Watch the movement closely. There was no wobble, just a jerking motion that sent her straight down. And if it was just poor posture or an accident, why did she react as if something grabbed her? This is tilting towards what you're already suspecting, but be sure to leave your comments down below.
I've seen that video before, and I was, distraught with the thought that an entity is there full enough to yank a child the way it did, because that was pretty forceful, pretty not nice at all. So with that being said, let's continue on. But definitely I have reacted to that video before, and it's disturbing.
On the 30th of August 2025, the auction house RWB Auctions posted a TikTok that left customers less interested in bidding and more interested in burning sage. Strangely, the video had nothing to do with their latest collections or bestsellers. Instead, it was about what their CCTV cameras caught at stupid o'clock in the morning. Take a look.
WTF did we just see?
At around 2 a.m., a pram casually rolls into frame, triggering the security system and making its way around the sales room. But here's where it gets stranger. You'd think, in a room full of antiques, the haunted candidate would be some creepy Victorian doll, an old mirror, or maybe a cursed painting. But according to management, this pram is actually new. Well, relatively new, from the 1950s, and it's been sitting in their collection without any problems until now. Not taking chances, the sales room brought in a psychic medium to figure out what they were up against. Because let's be honest, a haunted pram casually wheeling itself around is unsettling enough. But leave it unchecked, and you might end up with a full-blown paranormal playground on your hands.
I mean, an auction house is a place where they store a lot of things that used to be owned by other people. And yeah, just think of a thrift store also. They are stores holding a lot of objects that belong to other people. Now, here's the thing, objects can have attachments with any past owner that had it. It all just depends on how precious that object, that item was to the owner. And now you have it in this place, it's think about like a haunted museum, right? If you have a bunch of items that are, you know, active, the atmosphere surrounding that is going to create some unexplainable occurrences like paranormal activity. With that being said, I've seen that video. The only issue that I have is that it just, it doesn't it just goes straight. Who's not to say it was being pulled? Who's not to say that these people, the owners of the auction house, are just creating this and using the paranormal field as a way to get more customers, as a way to get more, people to spend their money to go see this place. Who's not to say that that is the case? But with that being said, let's go.
On a Thursday evening, a guy and his little sister were jolted awake by strange noises around their bedroom. Seeing that it would be hard to explain what was happening to his parents the next morning, he brought out his phone to record. What he caught almost guarantees that no one would be sleeping in that room that night.
Lo vi, jefe.
Parte ahí, Pola.
But what am I looking at?
¿Será que me acerco?
Sí.
As he steadies his camera to where the disturbance came from, something swings the cupboard open as if to announce its presence. While not much is known about the house's dark history, it's safe to say that they'd need to stock up on sage sticks and holy water if they intend to stay there much longer.
Parte ahí, Pola.
It just seems like they're concentrating at something that's a window, not a mirror. And there's something on the other side of the door. If that's a door, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I don't know. Like these are one of those videos that we get what we get. And unfortunately, we can't even determine what the hell we're looking at. So how can we determine if this is paranormal activity? Which I am not believing it is. So with that being said, let's keep it moving.
¿Será que me acerco?
Sí.
A woman named Kitty was spending her late morning washing up some dishes. But as she stood completing her chores, she didn't realize that her day was about to take a sinister turn. Check out what she caught on her home security camera. how could that have happened? Her reaction seems pretty genuine as well. She just abandons her half-completed washing up. The shock is real. There's no way that the cupboard door could have opened that fast and had something shoot out of it without some kind of tampering. But there is no one in or near the kitchen with her to do anything like that. It's a chilling reminder of how quickly a normal moment can become a nightmare. 1 second, you're standing in your own kitchen, doing something as simple as washing the dishes. The next, the room you feel safest in declares that you are no longer welcome. It proves that ghosts don't always wait for the lights to go out. Sometimes, they're just standing right behind you, waiting for you to turn your back.
So, perfect. So, that cabinet, even if that object that fell out of the cabinet with the door opened, that cabinet was forcefully opened. Now, whether or not it was orchestrated is up for question, but her reaction did seem authentic. And, why do you have a camera in the kitchen? That is my question that would possibly answer a couple of, not just myself, but people out there. Why do you have a camera in your kitchen? Right? Are you experiencing paranormal activity beforehand in that kitchen? Because then that would explain it. But people don't usually have cameras pointing into the kitchen. Now, mind you, people have cameras in their house. Yes. But their cameras is set up in an angle in a way where it would catch an array of space. This camera, what are you catching? You're catching the cabinets. You're catching a wall. Like there's no real reason to have a camera in this angle for no particular reason. All right. So that's if we could get the answers to that question, that would solve my questions as to whether or not this is authentic. But with that being said, we are at number 10. We're going to stop this video right here. And if you guys are wanting to see what the rest of it holds, you got to watch part 2. With that being said, if you are enjoying this kind of content, please do what you do when you like a video. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.